I'm back again at the same place, different time, my dear friends. I hope you are feeling fantastic around the world of football. Welcome back, my dear friends. Alejandro Ganacho has frustrated so many Chelsea fans and United fans. United fans are very angry about Alejandro Ganacho. I have something to say about Alejandro Ganacho, but I have to be very, very careful. I have to be very, very careful because I don't want to speak my mind. Because if I speak my mind, it's just going to be insults and frustration. And you know what it is, right? If you are speaking, things that some people want to hear. Because some people want to hear you getting angry, you getting frustrated and screaming, right? But that's not a point here, because I've seen that is going on the internet. But before I start, subscribe to IFC, please. 10,000 subscribers. As I said in this channel over time, you guys, you're the one who helps me to grow. People who watch and subscribe by you guys are the one who help. I can't help myself, I come here to talk about football and you guys subscribe it. So you have the power in your hands. Subscribe. Now let's get into this. Without wasting time, I have the news about Enzo Maresca and his tactic. We're gonna get to that. We'll finish with more Chelsea talk, but this is related to Chelsea and Manchester United. So we will start with Alejandro Ganacho. Note this. Ganacho in the likes. Now, when you see that picture, Ganacho likes a post in Instagram. Fabricio Romano talked about Xavi Simeon and talked about Ganacho. He likes the post, right? Let me finish reading first and then we'll talk about it, because I got so many rumors people are talking about and I saw that, but it's just so many stuff to read. Yeah, but I get some. Ruben Amorim, Alejandro Ganacho is a really talented boy, but sometimes things don't work out. You cannot explain specifically what is it. It is clear you want a different thing with a different leadership, told BBC. Chelsea on it as revealed. And you see the highs, right? Okay. Alejandro Ganacho has given his total priority to Chelsea. Talks took place on a player side. No negotiation yet with Manchester United, as a price will be key factor. Timing of the deal, not expected to be imminent, can take some time with Chelsea. Focus on outgoing. Xavi on the right. Right now, Chelsea are focusing on the outgoing. The news came yesterday about Alejandro Ganacho. This is going to be, I think, on the end. When Chelsea have done their business, because they are focusing on the outgoings, they got to get rid of the players. They cannot just keep buying. It's just going to be, catastrophic, and you don't want to be in that situation. You can't get rid of players, and then you are fighting, and then at the end, Saudi comes in and help you, and a lot of people there say, no, why are they selling to Saudi? There's some money laundering here, something like that. People are getting angry and so passionate about it. Oh, Chelsea are cheating. They're selling to Saudi. How many players there? It's crazy. I love it, man. It's just crazy. I love that when people are saying that about Chelsea, our club. Anyway, it's nice. Now, talking about Alejandro Ganacho. Alejandro Ganacho is a type of person, and I know everybody knows this, especially the Manchester United fans. Alejandro Ganacho is the type of person that doesn't shut up. One thing, he doesn't shut up. When he was at Manchester United, I saw that and I was just like, wow, this player talks too much. This player doesn't calm down, getting into trouble over and over again as a player. Just calm down. I know you are about to talk. I know what you're saying in here, in your mind. I can hear it. I know some people are like, then why Chelsea want him? We don't want him near our club. I understand. Just wait. Come on. Number two, Alejandro Ganacho is a type of player that it just doesn't sit back and wait for things to happen. He doesn't sit back and wait for his client. I will say, what's the other name? I forgot. his agent, that's the name, yeah? He doesn't sit down and wait for the agents to do his job and just tell him to zip it. Just zip it, don't go online. But he can't take it, you see? He cannot sit down and just watch Mr. Romano talked about him and just let that, just don't even go online. Just get out of the social media. You are a player at Manchester United. It's a very big football club. Huge football club, right? Yes, they haven't won trophies in the recent years, but that doesn't mean that they are not a big football. That doesn't matter. That's the word, sorry. It doesn't matter. They're the biggest football club, of course, right? They have won, and there is a name, Manchester United. We know that, right? So this young player, as Ruben Amorim said, a boy, he's a boy, of course. Like, you have to stay away from social media, especially you are not being bought. I'll come to the good side. I'm just talking about what he's doing, right now. It's not good. Like, you have to say it. I don't want to shy away and hide in the corner. Oh, I want him because Chelsea, they linked with him. Yeah, I really, really, really want to know. Let me talk about this first, because I didn't talk about this. I was just looking at they're saying about this. So as a player, you have to be humble. Be humble. Like Ellen Holland was telling Mike Arteta, be humble, right? So be humble and just let things go their way. Now, as a player pushing for Chelsea Football Club and, telling others you want to move to Chelsea, you want to stay in London, and this is where you want, and you don't want anybody, you just want London. I appreciate that, and that's at another level, that feels very good, that somebody really wants Chelsea, somebody really keen, somebody is desperate, somebody is calling for help to come and get him. That is fantastic. Now, as I said, it doesn't look good as a player to push for a move, and they haven't started yet to negotiate with you or with Manchester United, Chelsea, and then you are doing all these rumors. And Chelsea did check his background check, and Chelsea said it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna get Leandro Ganacho. But as I said, it's good for him to stay quiet. If he keep pushing like this and then Chelsea started hearing this, they may change their mind. And they may stay at Man United without playing. And then pushing. And then last season, when Marcus Rashford went to Aston Villa on loan, he was wearing a Aston Villa jersey, and then Marcus Rashford on the back, his name, Marcus Rashford, right? Like, I don't know what is all this, And this is what happened. He's a young player. We have to remember that. He's a young player, and people were different thinking. Some people, they can be young like that, and they are young. They don't grow. Some people, they can be young, but they are mature. I talk about mature here. You understand? Mature. Like, you can be a young player, but you're very mature here. Here, like, for example, Casado. Very mature. Just example, Casado, Enzo, Fernandez, they're so mature. They're young people. They're so young than me. I'm so old than them. It's crazy. They're like 24, 25, or 26. They're so young. But they're mature here. I can see, like, it's crazy. But Alejandro Ganacho coming to this Chelsea, looks like Chelsea is going to sign him, because Chelsea like really young players, and I have a feeling, or maybe it's not the feeling, but this is the feeling I have. They want to replace Modric, because Modric has been banned for 4 years, and we paid a lot of money on Modric, 115, right? I forgot the club he came from Ukraine. So all that stuff, right? And I think Chelsea getting Alejandro Ganacho, I don't think he's going to have many minutes in the Chelsea team, and his attitude needs to change, because he's coming to Chelsea with Enzo Maresca in charge, and Enzo Maresca doesn't sleep. He just talk. He's straightforward. He will say what it is. And he's coming to this manager, Enzo Maresca, who won the FIFA Club World Cup, and is coming to this team with Enzo Maresca, where the team is very unite, very organized. They don't like shenanigans, talking. There's nothing like that, so you have to be humble. He has to be humble. Look, I have no problem Alejandro Ganacho coming to this Chelsea team and be part of us. I have no problem. Just be humble. But I understand the fear of the Chelsea fans getting scared about Alejandro Ganacho and his behavior. You know, I understand that. But we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen, but the rumors are Chelsea want Alejandro Ganacho. If he comes to Chelsea, I'm not going to get upset. Why am I going to get upset? Because Chelsea is doing that, right? I can get upset and just be sick, and then Chelsea would just sign Alejandro Ganacho. So it's not worth it. It's not. So that is my thoughts about Alejandro Ganacho. Let me know down in the comment, what do you think about that? Now, talking about Enzo Maresca, he says his tactic. Let's get into this. Yeah. Chelsea do not simply want to have return to the Champions League. They want to compete. Seriously. That is huge. That is huge. If you say that, Chelsea do not simply want to have return to the Champions League, but they want to compete. I put the word but, they want to compete, but they didn't say but. That is huge. If you really mean that, if you really mean it, and everybody of us, we are hearing it, we are looking at it, what's the date today? August 3 in the morning in North America, where I am. August 3, 2025. 2025, yes. I'm going to record this. I'm not going to forget about it. We're going to the future, and let's see what the future is. So just put that in your calendar. August 3, 2025, Chelsea said this. They just don't want to qualify in the Champions League. They want to win it. They want to compete. Let's get into this again. A Stamford Bridge inside described Enzo Maresca as a master of rotation, adding he doesn't have a best 11 and none does he desire one. He wants the best squad. He picks his team based on a tactic plan the opposition training and playing road, and that's exactly what Enzo Maresca wants. And Enzo Maresca is different from the managers. If you guys have noticed what he does, is very much a rotation manager. He rotates based on the team, based on the opposition is facing, and based of what they're doing. You know, he rotates. He changes players, and I think this is what Chelsea now, they are going forward. They want to rotate players. They want to sign players that can play in every position, like Joao Pedro. Joao Pedro can play as a striker. He can play as a winger. Now you understand. We're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. And some people, they are really scared about this because they are looking at Chelsea like, this manager they have, yes, it's from the Championship, but he has different mindset, because this guy, he was under Paraguini and under Pep Guardiola, of course, so he has this two mindsets of the managers, and put them together. That's why we won the FIFA Club World Cup. We mastermind PSG. PSG, they were nothing in this final. They didn't even come closer to beat Chelsea. They were just terrible. I feel like we were playing Sunderland, you know, in the final. Anyway, I talked about that very much. So that is Enzo Maresca. Let me know down in the comment, what do you think? Let's get to the last one. Chelsea could yet receive offers for Nicolas Jackson, though Enzo Maresca is currently planning to have him compete with Delap as a striker, again options, while relying on Pedro versatility across the attack. So looks like he wants him to stay and compete But Chelsea, they will sell him if their offer comes in. We know that. Chelsea, they cannot just sit down here and keep a player who doesn't perform, right? He's been here for how many years now? 3-4 years, and nothing has changed. Yes, we can see sometimes he can score goals for you, but it does not, score goals that are very critical and important. You have to score this type of goals. If you don't, then look at Pedro, what he's doing. When he came in and he made a huge impact. You have to do that as a striker. Anyway, subscribe to IFC, hit that notification bell, my friend. 10,000. Let's get there, baby. Let's do it. I will see you soon. Let me know down in the comment about Alejandro Ganacho. Alejandro Ganacho. We need to talk about that. I think I said enough. And there's a video that is coming about Son, Tottenham legend. It's not just a Tottenham legend. I think he's a Premier League legend, Son. I got some words to say about that, And I think this is going to be more to the Premier League, the fans, of the Premier League, of course. And Tottenham fans, of course, they're going to watch this. And, of course, Chelsea fans, Let's see what's going to happen in this video. I'm going to say something very special. I will see you soon. God bless.